shell now. So it's come from Bundy sorter, it's come from wide base sorter, it's come from a sorting shed. So there's minimal cleaning here. So it just goes up straight into a batch weigher. We take the sample here. Just do it. The roof's going to get built, so this will all go undercover next week hopefully. So it gets batch weighed and sampled here, then goes up, goes into the curing room. The curing room just dries it down. Same concept again, nothing different. We just have it a bit hotter to dry it down further, so we get it down to export moisture, which is about 4% nut and shell versus 10% at the other sheds. And then we take it out. We've got some semi-cleaning if we need to clean a little bit of air, a little bit of dehusking if we need to, just to make sure it doesn't have any foreign body, because you don't want to send foreign body obviously in a bag to China. Not so bad if we send it to Vietnam for cracking, they deal with it, but yeah, we just don't want any foreign body, so we make sure that comes out. Gets x-rayed again here, so we x-ray it for a second time, and then it goes into the bagging line. So everything that leaves this shed leaves in a bag, nothing leaves, whereas the other facilities it all leaves in a bulk truck. So then the bags are then loaded onto a taut liner, sent to Brisbane, containerised in Brisbane, and sent to whichever customer we send it to from there. So yeah, that's Rowan's new office there if everyone saw it.
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah. It's a fridge beside the actual office.
Oh.
So yeah, anyway. So
Beers will always be cold.
yeah. It gets a bit hot, doesn't it?
Make sure it stays awake.
Yeah. So I don't know who's going to talk to it here at the off season. So we might leave him a little bit of space there for him to come back.
He lives on the phone anyway.
He'll be talking to the walls if you left him out here by himself. Yeah. Hey? He'd have to tell his own jokes to himself, it'd be no good. Those are easy letdowns, so the nut cascades, it wasn't just drop and bruise. Yeah, if you just want to go up, that's just, you can go up and have a look if you want. That's just a ceiling cavity up there. That's what it looks like. Yeah, so that when we pull the nut out of the room, out of a bin, we put it into an accumulation bin. From here we decide if it's really clean and absolutely no foreign body, it just goes that way. So the conveyor heads that way, goes up. The two x-rays will sit in that void, so the other one's just about out here now, so we'll put them in later today. So the two x-ray machine sits there before it goes to the bagging. If it needs a bit extra cleaning, the conveyor goes this way, goes up, goes through some dehusking and some air just to clean it up. Then comes back around and joins where just behind Phil, goes back there. So that's just a decision that the operator has to make at that point in time. And then this is all the automation panels, so they're all stationed around certain areas. Those are just like the PLC output screens for all the automation to run on.
I should press this one because it looks like it needs to be pressed.
See what happens. Another drying room in September. After we finish this year, we'll start doing that.
That's the wall you said units then.
Yeah, and then when we go again, we just pull that wall off and we just keep building the shed out that way.
Draw shed.
Maybe.
Well, I've got options.
We can find enough money. So yeah, through the two x-rays which aren't here at the moment, there's one over something facility, the other one will turn up. Batch weight again. Goes up into here and gets sized. So those are sizing trommels. So the first size is undersized, so we just put two bins under there. And if they're too small, they do small. So they do shrink a little bit in drawing. So You don't generally get a lot, if anything comes through that, and then it goes into its different sizes, convey it up, and goes into these weigh heads up here, and then goes onto the bagging line, and that's where the bags.
Take one for a bag.
So this runs at 10 tonne an hour,
Yeah.
so it's at 8 bags an hour. Yeah. And then these containers will go, obviously the vehicles will go, and that just becomes storage area, a bit at the front as well. And then the two unloading docks where we load the trucks is over this way. There's a lot of QA here, so we take a test on arrival for, if it's for a grower, it's actually for the payment. So it goes to the independent lab, but every load we'll batch weigh and we'll take our own independent sample and it'll go into the lab that we're doing, and we do an assessment on that, and it takes about 3 days to dry in the oven. We crack it out, we see what it's like, kernel recovery, reject, everything else, and then we know what decision we want to make with it by the time we got to actually bag it out. So the lab is over here, we'll go over there.
How do they get the bags on?
Yeah.
And also we've got to resample in the room to make sure the nuts dry enough to bag it out. So you've got to get it down. Kernel moisture, it has to be below 2.5. So you can't send it at higher than 2.5. So you've got to come in and test that. So once you can start getting close, you start taking more regular samples to make sure you're at the right moisture. And then, then we do quality assessments here and work out, because China, you can't send anything above 2% reject. So if you've got stuff coming in like that Cromgate stuff, we take a quick test on that now, we stick it in the oven, and we pull that out in a couple of days and crack it. And if it's a kernel recovery one and low reject, we know we can send that for China as nut and shell. And then, or if it's not good enough for that, it'll go to Vietnam to get cracked.